Picking up 1 year after the second anthology, Love, Death and Robots has returned for its third outing, boasting another range of stories, animation styles and voice acting talent. Once again, I'm reviewing each episode one by one. Let's get to it. Free Robots, Exit Strategies. Following on from the previous episode, the free robots from Season 1 venture out further into the post-human landscape, learning more about our demise from multiple locations. The original free robots saw them wandering around a destroyed city. Now they're venturing across many environments and taking in different scenarios as they go. The animation on the main characters is as smooth as ever, and their personalities bounce off each other really well. The tall and short robots are more wacky, while the third trundles along, slowly explaining the background events. The light-hearted tone clashes with the grim demise of our species, with a last-minute fourth wall break that really works. 4 out of 5 stars, a solid start and great continuation of the original story. Bad travelling. The crew of a sailed ship take on a giant enemy crab in a storm. Whoever draws the short straw has to lead a team to fend off the beast. But one high-ranking shipmate has plans of his own on this dangerous voyage. This episode features some hideous creature designs and a foreboding atmosphere. Beyond that, the dilemma faced by the crew adds a lot of depth to the story, making you wonder how they will handle the problem. The answer boils down to how we decide on matters democratically, and who has the real power. The likes of Troy Baker and Elodie Young all do a great job with their performances. 4.5 out of 5 stars, a highly intriguing tale of hierarchy and ethics. Then again, it's David Fincher, so I wouldn't expect anything less. Definitely the best of Season 3. The very pulse of the machine. A lone astronaut explores a far-off planet, only to stumble upon a strange supernatural presence when her expedition goes wrong. As she struggles to make it to safety, reality begins to twist and bend with a truly stunning climax. The art style for this one is absolutely gorgeous, bursting with vibrant colours as we venture across the landscape with the protagonist. There's also a great sense of mystery. Is she really seeing these visions, or is it a result of getting high on amphetamines? Mackenzie Davis does a great job of selling the bewildered feelings of the protagonist from start to finish. 4 out of 5 stars, a singular, powerful journey with the best visuals of the season. Night of the Mini Dead. In a miniaturized world, the zombie apocalypse unfolds, and we watch it all from a distance as the undead overrun humanity in their thousands. It's the shortest episode of the bunch, and we follow the entire collapse, from the unleashing of a curse to taking the nuclear option. The high-pitched voices make for a humorous moment or two, especially the profane reactions to the worsening outbreak. It's a unique perspective when it comes to shots and camera work, but the abridged story doesn't offer anything new. Much like All Through the House in Season 2, this episode is mostly a gimmick and little more. 2 out of 5 stars, definitely the weakest offering in Season 3. Kill Team Kill. Behind enemy lines, a Special Forces team encounters cyborg honey badgers and struggle to complete their mission in the woods. Eventually, they fall back to a CIA bunker and a desperate defense begins. With its gruesome violence and tongue-in-cheek dialogue, this episode is very much inspired by Predator and other 80s action flicks. The soldiers joke around and trash talk, making it easy to connect with their camaraderie, even as they're ripped apart by the machines. It's a shame that the episode ends without a proper resolution on where these robots came from, but it's still entertaining while it lasts. 3 out of 5 stars, this one is mildly enjoyable. Swarm. Interstellar humans and their trading partners study a race of creepy insectoids inside an alien nest, but the question of what to do with the organic construct hangs over our 2 main leads. Some want to breed the creatures for labour, while others seek knowledge. Much like Beyond the Aguila Rift in Season 1, Swarm goes for photorealism, with both the setting and creatures boasting a ton of detail. The contrasting perspectives of the scientists is intriguing, and they lay the groundwork for a possible future episode. Will there be a conflict between men and the Swarm? The episode does end inconclusively, and I was left wanting more from this sci-fi world. 3 out of 5 stars, it needed stronger development to make an impression. Mason's Rats. A Scottish farmer takes on sentient rats overrunning his barn. He meets a snide salesman who sells him a range of automated defense systems that don't quite work as intended. In his bid to flush out the pests, the farmer only wastes more money and learns more about the creatures in the process. Another simple tale that firmly grounds itself in a standalone setting, the environments and characters are both detailed and well realised. The cliched dialogue from the Scotsman can get a bit repetitive, but otherwise it works well. The persistence of the rats and the scaling power of the machines makes for some strong dark humour. 3.5 out of 5 stars, a simple yet effective story. In Vaulted Hall's Entombed, a US Army squad enters a cave system in the Middle East and they try to fend off a horrifying presence. A seemingly ordinary mission to eliminate insurgents quickly turns into a claustrophobic fight for survival as the horde of arachnids is unleashed. The attention to detail in both the soldiers and gore is really good, but on occasion other elements like the glowing goo don't quite match the detail on the characters. It's the sound design and tension that really sells the action. As the squad is cut down man by man and they enter larger caverns, the sense of danger is heightened. Still, the climactic encounter leaves much to be desired. 3 out of 5 stars, another passable episode. Jibarro. In a medieval setting, a band of knights are possessed by a psychotic seductress made entirely of treasure. Only one rider is able to withstand the mental assault and tries to claim the riches for himself, but greed is a dangerous flaw and the lone hunter is unable to peel himself away. While the story for this one is told without any dialogue, I thought the movement and editing was really choppy throughout. The camera work seems to be matching the frenzied movements of the antagonist, but without any real character work or greater depth, this last episode does feel rather hollow. It does have an interesting colour palette for the forest setting, but not much else. 2.5 out of 5 stars, a very average close to the season. So there you have it. LDR Season 3 sits in the middle, at least in my book. I was hoping that more episodes would follow on from previous seasons, expanding their respective worlds and creating stronger depth, but what's here is still decent for the most part. The first half of the season is certainly better than the second, and some of the stories may be expanded upon in the next volume. Only 2 of the 9 episodes were unengaging, so my final rating for the anthology comes in at 3.5 out of 5 stars.